Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Liga Europe for round number 3 of the Formula 2 Division 2 Championship here in Season 4. Today we take in the fantastic Shanghai International Circuit for the Chinese GP for this race, and of course this track offering a lot of very tough and tricky corners to navigate in these F2 cars. 16 corners on this 5.4 kilometer track, and it's going to be a massive challenge for everyone, especially when coming into the first corner, into the second, and even going into the third. And of course we got the other end of the track is turns 12 and 13. It'll be very tricky to keep the understeer in check there, so we'll have to keep an eye on all of that. As we got Frankie in the chat. How are you doing, Frankie? But let's look at the drivers championship here as we go into round 3. And RJW leads the way on 75 points at the moment. 2 second places in Bahrain, 1 in the sprint and 1 in the feature race. And of course the win in the feature race last time out in Russia. And he'll be looking to continue the fine form he has been in. In second place we have Dirt Tim on 64 points. Just 2 points ahead of third place man Heated in third on 62 points, and 4 points back then to the man from Ireland, Farrell Fury in the Virtuosi, just ahead of his teammate on 55 points is Jordan right now in fifth on 55 points, so all the fives there for Jordan. Then we got Doc and Lars in 6th and 7th, both tied on 40 points apiece, so it'll be interesting to see who breaks the deadlock between those two in their battle for 6th. Just 2 points behind them though is Frosty Calvin on 38 points, and he is in the dams here tonight. And of course we got Cam K-Mum in 9th on 35 points, and a bit of a gap back end to Alt Maverick in 10th on 24 points. So that is how it is looking in the drivers. We'll have a quick look at the constructors standings real quick. So it's the Virtuosity team who currently lead the way in the constructors on 113 points, ahead of the Charus in second place on 110. So only 3 points separating the top 2 teams. It's going to be interesting to see how that battle develops over the rest of the season. Then we've got the Campos team on 87 points in third, ahead of High Tech in fourth on 64. We've got the Dams team in 5th on 42. The BWT Race Lab, I believe it is. Hang on 2 seconds. Yes, it is the Race Lab. I thought it was. Is the Race Lab in 6th on 40 points. And also on 40 points we also have the Trident team. Carlin in 8th on 38 points. ART in 9th on 35 points. And then we got the Prima team sitting on 2 points down in last place. So that is how everything is lining up going into round number 3, and we wait to see how many we're gonna have tonight. So at the moment we have 18 drivers about to get themselves psyched up to go into this one-shot qualifying. I believe we'll be getting readied up any moment now. I'm going to quickly look at the chat. We got support for Lars in the chat as well as Jasper, so hopefully this will be a good day for both of them. Lars of course getting that podium in the feature race last time out in Russia, and of course Jasper just having the I don't know, it's a bit of a bogey track for Jasper, is Russia, which is unfortunate. But it looks like we're going to start getting everyone readying up now. So here we go as we go into round number 3. of the Formula 2 Season 4 Division 2 Championship. So here we go. So just waiting for everyone to jump into the one-shot qualifying session. I believe we're going to go on board with... Do you know what? We're going to go on board with Alex for this one. So we'll jump on board with Alex. He's going to give us a lap of the Shanghai International Circuit. So as soon as everyone readies up, we'll jump on board with Alex and he'll take us on a lap of this 5.4 kilometer circuit. So is Alex up? Trying to get on board with Alex, and there we are. We're on board with him as we go through turn 1 and into 2, keeping it nice and calm, easy on the traction as we exit turn 3 and through the left hand kink of turn 4. Through this little right hand kink of turn 5, first sector is a 27.9 as we go into turn 6, a site where we may be seeing a few lunges down the inside. Now on the run into turn 7, and the car roll through 7 nicely. Out you're going to take turn 8, also just letting the car roll through, currently in P9 at the moment for Alex as we go through turn 9 and into turn 10. Second sector split, the 100-meter board, he's breaking down into turns 11, very crucial turn 12 to get a good line as you go through turn 13 to get the crucial line onto this back straight, and I believe it is one of the longest straights on the F1 calendar. I believe it is 1 kilometer in length. As we break down now into the hard braking zone of turn 14 and we go through turns 15, only one corner left to negotiate, and that is going to be turn 16 around the final corner. Keeping it all valid. Foul Fury is the man who puts it on pole, but it is Alex who's going to be down in 12th, and thank you Alex for taking us on a lap of Shanghai. So there we go, the Irishman Foul Fury up there on pole position, just ahead of his teammate in second place. So both of the virtuosities, they're doing fantastic work there, locking out the front row. Then we got Doc in third, RJW, our championship leader, in fourth, Heated in fifth, Dirt Tim in sixth, Jasper just ahead of Cloudy Cloud in seventh, and eighth, the ART locking out the fourth row. Lars in ninth, Cam K Mum on the mediums in 10th. Then we got Jav, Alex, Ryan B, XL Kali, Kieran, Ghost Recon, Ibo and Frosty Calvin, all outside of the top 10. Of course, we've also got Jav in the chat right now saying it is his debut here in the F2 side of Liga Europe, and we wish him all the best in his debut race here in Division 2. And we got Ghost saying that the car understeers like crazy. Welcome to China. It's all about who can keep the car in check and just navigate through these corners the best they can as we wait for everyone to perfect their race strategy and to get ourselves underway. It is the Virtuosis who lock out the front row. Looking like it's going to be a good day for them. And on the formation lap, let's have a look at the tyre selection for everyone. So Foul Fury, Heated, and Evo, the only people on the soft compound tyre, everyone else on the mediums. So very interesting. Foul obviously thinking he needs to break away from the pack ASAP to make this strategy work. He does have his teammate directly behind him though, so that should make things a little bit easier. So who is your money on here? I want to hear predictions in the chat as we have 16 laps here at Shanghai. Who is going to come out on top in the featured race? Foul Fury is the man who put it on pole position. Will his teammate be able to make the alternative strategy work? And I believe it's going to be very close. I mean, we may see some teamwork going on between these two, as Jordan may think to back up the pack to allow Foul the gap he needs. We got Frankie saying he's hoping that Jasper can get up into P3, and that will be a fantastic result there for Jasper in the ART. Does have some stiff competition ahead of him though, of Tim, Heated and RJW directly ahead of him, and of course he's got Lars, Cam K and Cloudy Cloud directly behind him. And of course we got Alex, who we've seen some impressive performance from Alex, and remember last week where he had that fantastic 4-man overtake at Russia. Of course that is available to be seen on the overtakes of the week, along with a number of overtakes from both divisions here in Liga Europe, as everyone now comes around the final corner to take their grid positions, and we'll go up on board with Foul Fury as we wait for everyone to line up, and then we'll get this feature race underway and we'll see who has the pace here at Shanghai. So here we go, getting ready as we wait for those 5 red lights to come on. Here they come. 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. Lights are out and we are underway here, and it looks like a very good start there for Foul Fury and Heated. Also on No Sauce trying to get into the mix, as well as Jordan's trying to defend from Doc, who's trying to down the inside. That may allow Heated the momentum to go around the outside, but they're still going to be side by side through turns 2 and 3. Is he going to be able to get that done? That's not going to get, as we got Dirty Tim and RJW side by side. Behind it is like Noah's Ark 2 by 2, as we got Jasper and Lars directly behind them as well, also side by side, as we got Spinners in the background, and that is Ghost and Calvin in the back going around, and looks like Doc has done well to keep ahead of Heated there for the time being, as RJW tries to go around the outside, but we got Lars side by side with RJW trying to hang it around the outside. Is he going to be able to do it? I'm not sure, but that's going to allow Jasper to maybe use the momentum to also go around the outside of Lars. Is he going to be able to hold it? Yes, Lars keeps it up in P7. A good start there from Lars as we have a look down. Oh, is Alex there getting up close and personal with Cam K's rear end, and that is a bit of front wing there off of off of Alex's front wing there. That's a bit of front wing end plate gone from Alex, as it is very quiet. I don't believe the game's ever been this quiet before, as we got Doc down the inside of Jordan getting the move done, and is that going to be heated up into third as well? He's going to try around the outside in the final corner, and heated up into third. Is he going to be able to make the move on Doc, or as Foul Fury has managed to pull a bit of a gap? But here goes heated now with a nice little cut back underneath, cutting back underneath Doc there for second place, and I believe Heated is going to be able to get that place, and yes, he will. And up into second place goes Heated on those soft compound tyres. Ibo is a little bit further down the order than that, but we're starting to get the timings sorted, as looks like Dirty Tim was eyeing up a potential move on Jordan there, but we have to stick behind for the time being. There's Cam K all over the back of Ryan B. Actually, let's have a look at the position gained. Yeah, position gained. So Ryan B up 4 positions at the start. Heated up 3. They are the big gainers here so far in the opening few laps, and the big loser is Cloudy Cloud, down 3 positions, and he goes wide, and Jav there sensing up sorry, yeah, that was Cam K going wide, as actually now Cloudy Cloud goes wide, and Jav does manage to cut underneath him, but he isn't going to have the speed to stop Cloudy Cloud from coming back at him. And here we go, DRS wide. Actually no, it's not DRS yet, it is the lap glitch says that they are on lap 3, but they are not on lap 3, as we just saw there. Lars and Ryan B there getting a little bit tangled up with each other into the hairpin, as we got Dirty Tim and RJW side by side, and Jasper might fancy a go here, as now we are on lap 3. It is Foul Fury who leads ahead of Heated, and Dirty Tim trying to look down the inside of RJW. Jasper was just lurking, he was trying to position his car, but unable to get, and RJW a bit of a snap there, and that's going to allow Dirty Tim to maybe have a look around the outside, maybe get the switchback if he can get it slowed down enough. And yet he gets the traction, but is he going to be able to get, oh, it's Heated. Heated there has had I think a bit of a moment there under traction, and Heated is off into the grass, clearly trying to get out of the way of everyone, and Heated all the way back down to the 10th. So there we go, we just focus on Dirty Tim and RJW when we missed Heated. Absolutely spinning his tyres up and just dropping positions, as Calvin picks up the first penalty of the session, as Lars tries to close up to the back, as Jasper looks like he's having a look down the inside of Dirty Tim. Is that going to be the move there from Jasper? They're going to be side by side. No, Jasper tucks back into the slipstream, and with DRS he's going to pull alongside of Dirty Tim down the inside. Can Jasper make this move stick? Yes, he can. Jasper now up into P5. In fact, no, Dirty Tim getting fantastic traction coming out of the hairpin, and he gets himself back up into P5. Fantastic battling going on between Jasper and Dirty Tim for 5th place right now. As Jasper is going to try and sweep it around the outside. Still side by side there, Dirty Tim and Jasper, the battle for 5th between these 2 drivers here, and it looks like Dirty Tim may just lose out. And is that going to allow Lars an opportunity here to have a little peek down the inside? No, he sticks behind. But what the battling between Dirty Tim and Jasper has done is given RJW a bit of a breathing space, because now they no longer have DRS on him. as Calvin gets a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. So it is not going good there for Calvin, down in 18th place right now. As he hit after his calamities about a lap and a half ago, trying to get his way back up the order. He's got a long night ahead of him, I would say, because he did, as I believe we just saw Ryan B getting very wide indeed. And looks like Lars is closing in rapidly on Dirty Tim. He's going to go to the inside. Is Lars going to be able to pull this move off? Yes, he does, and that might actually open things up for Ryan B to have a little look on Dirty Tim. As oh no, Jasper! We didn't see it, Jasper's gone! Jasper losing it under traction. Oh no, Jasper losing it once again, similar to how it was last week in Russia. He was in such a good spot and he loses out as we got Heated and Cam K side by side. Heated trying to use the grip to go all the way around the outside. The understeer of these cars obviously pulling Cam K over to the outside. I don't believe that was an intentional forcing of Heated there wider through that line. I think that's just the natural understeer of these cars at this circuit, as Cam K and Heated still trying to go side by side, but Heated tucks back in under the rear wing of Cam K Mum there for P8. Meanwhile, it looks like Farrell's tyres are starting to drop off, because here comes Doc now in DRS. And Cam K picking up a 3-second time penalty there, as he does make that move and gets past. Lars also holding on to P5 there, as Coach Recon picks himself up a 3-second time penalty, as Ryan B will go on board with Ryan B, see if he's going to make this move. He's side by side with Dirt Tim, as is Cam K and Heated behind, and Ryan B gets himself up into P6, and Heated does get past Cam K Mum for P8, as we got a foul into the pit lane, and I believe Heated will also follow him in as well. So Heated and Foul into the pits now at the end of lap 5. Going to be very interested to see how their strategy will go against the medium soft strategy of the likes of Doc, Jordan, RJW. Lars about 3.5 seconds off the back of RJW now. It's in a bit of a no man's land, as we got Dirty Tim all over the back of Ryan B, as we got XL Cali and Jav side by side there. Jav, the debutant here in Division 2. It looks like he's got a bit of wing damage here. So yeah, he does have wing damage. So Jav there again tangled up in some early contact, as he just doesn't have the downforce to keep up that battle with Cali. As Lars is being closed in by Ryan B and Dirt Tim. Looks like Ryan B is the man on a mission right now. We'll see if Ryan's going to be able to make a move on Lars. He will have DRS. He will have the overspeed, but is he going to be close enough? Yes, he is. He's going to go down the inside. Lars leaving him all the room in the world, looking for a switchback to get better traction out of the hairpin, and they're going to be side by side now into the final corner. Lars around the outside, Ryan B down the inside, and it looks like Ryan B has managed to pull that off there, and that might actually open the door up for Dirt Tim, who's closing and will look down the inside, but Lars doing well to hold it, but oh, Dirt Tim they're getting a little bit later on the brakes, and still going to be side by side on the exit of turns 4. And Lars has dropped 2 positions in the space of a sector and a bit as Dirty Tim gets himself up into 5th place, but Lars will have an opportunity to come back at these 2, obviously with that DRS. As it looks like Jordan losing a bit of time to RJW in their battle for 2nd place. Meanwhile, Farrell and Heated with a lot of clear air to push into after making their mandatory pit stop, as Java's also made a pit stop. He's on the set of the sauce, so he could be struggling towards the end of this race. He might even end up making a 2-stop work. JW not close enough, but what about this battle for 4th? Doesn't look like anyone's close enough here. And unfortunately, these are the only battles that we got on track right now. So we'll stay on board with this freeway battle for 4th between Ryan B, Dirty Tim and Lars for P4. Unless we see that gap between RJW and Jordan rapidly close, we will stick on board with this freeway scrap. As we see Farrell there picking himself up a 3-second time penalty. How crucial is that going to be come towards the latter stages of this race? Farrell there with the first penalty of the front runners, I say. As Lars is just keeping it behind. He's just biding his time right now, is Lars. We'll go up on board with RJW because he is right underneath that rear wing of Jordan, who seems to have a better line coming out of 13, so we'll see if RJW can close up enough. Doesn't look like it, but Lars also on the back, and he's going to move to the outside. Dirty Tim covering the inside. They're going to be side by side into turn 14 at the hairpin. Is Lars going to be able to get this move done? No, he just gets wide and onto the curb, and that saves Dirty Tim there on the exit. Lars just not getting the traction that he needs. Meanwhile, RJW down the inside of Jordan for 2nd place. RJW, is he going to be able to hold it all the way? Yes, he is, and Jordan will submit and will back off down into P3, knowing that he has an opportunity to come back with DRS, as Foul Fury sets the new fastest lap of the 47.6 there for Foul Fury. It also looks like we got a battle that could be brewing, the battle for 11th, and Foul is catching up to this group rapidly, I should say, between Cloudy Cloud and Ghost Recon. Alex, who we saw pick up wing damage early in this race, he's just been going around about his business, and you can see he's struggling. As Ryan B, it looks like he lost it on the exit at turn 10, and that's invited Dirty Tim through and up into 4th place. So Ryan B losing out there. It looked like he may have just had a bit of a snap on the exit at turn 10, but he will have an opportunity to get that place back immediately, because with DRS there's absolutely no contest here, and Ryan B is He's going to be on the outside. He's going to be able to make it work. He will be side by side with Dirt Tim, but Dirt Tim does not have the traction to keep it up. And Ryan B is back up into 4th place. So Ryan B just getting away with a bit of a mistake there, as in fact Dirt Tim with DRS will try to come straight back through, and Ryan B back down the inside. We'll go on board with Lars for a view of this. As it looks like Lars, he just wants to place his car in an awkward spot to possibly snipe a position here, but he just can't do it. As we got Alex and Cloudy Cloud into the pits now for their pit stop at the end of lap 9. And Foul Fury making quick work of Ghost Recon, getting himself up into 10th place. It'll be interesting to see where Doc comes out relative to Farrell after Doc makes his pit stop, as we just see Lars picking up a 3-second time penalty as well. That will alleviate some of the pressure there from Dirt Tim and Ryan B. Now, knowing that Lars has that penalty, they don't need to fight him as much anymore. And we won't have to wait long to see where Doc is going to come out relative to Farrell, because Doc is in, as is RJW, as is Jordan, as is Ryan B, as is Dirt Tim. Lars going to stick it out. So Lars will have the race lead. We'll go on board with Farrell, who's coming through the final corner. As Doc is actually, is he going to come up ahead? Oh no, Farrell comes out just ahead of Doc there. So Farrell managing to get that undercut, but you got to think with fresh softs on, Doc is going to be absolutely rapid and all over the back of him. Meanwhile, Heated has managed to get the jump on Jordan. And Dirt Tim, remember, Heated was at the tail end of the top 10 after his early calamity on the exit of turn 6. Of course, he'll have some rapid soft runners right behind him as Dirt Tim and Ryan B continue their scrap. And in fact, Ryan B down the inside, Dirt Tim, and guess the position. Meanwhile, this battle for what is the net race lead between Doc and Foul Fury. Advantage in Doc's favour now. He has the faster compounder tyre. He has the luxury of not having a 3-second time penalty. And he also has the luxury of DRS. And it is open now, and we'll see the overspeed here from Doc as he'll move to the inside. Foul Fury lets him at the inside, but looks like Doc may have just gone a bit deep, and that'll allow Foul straight back through. As we got the top 3 now into the pits, Lars, Cam K and Cali into the pits. And the question we also got to ask as well, that battling between Jordan and Dirt Tim, will that allow Lars the opportunity to overcut him, as Doc now tries down the inside. Foul, and Doc making a slight bit of contact there through turns 1, but it looks like Doc may just about have this off. Foul's not giving it up without a fight. He's fighting for every little bit he can get, as it looks like no, Lars unable to make the overcut work as Jav picks himself up a 3-second time penalty. And Doc now still side by side with Farrell Fury as they go into the heart of the middle sector. Farrell, he is fighting this for absolutely everything he's got. Is he going to be able to maintain this race lead? He's still down the inside. And Farrell gets himself back up into the race lead, but it might be a moot point because with DRS, Doc should easily get through. As I think a bit of contact there. That was a bit of front wing I just saw fly off. Was that from Farrell? Was that from? It's from Farrell's car. Farrell and Doc have made contact there, and Farrell with front wing damage. It looks like Doc may be okay. Looks like Doc's front wing is intact, so Doc appears to be looking good right now, but the gap between these two and RJW has closed down rapidly due to the fact they've been battling so hard with each other. Farrell now picking up the wounds of that battle, and he's going to be a sitting duck compared to the grip and the downforce that Doc and RJW will have in comparison to him. Meanwhile, we got Dirt Tim and Ryan B still having their battle. Lars just outside of that DRS range. The overcut didn't work for him, but as we got Dirt Tim trying to use the momentum of his Campos there to get himself through on the Carlin. And it's going to be a long road race between these two, and Lars is only just behind it as we got XL Cali trying to get through on Kieran here for what is P10. So Cali now up into 10th place, and it looks like actually Farrell with that wing damage, looks like he may have been pulling away slightly, but nope. Here comes Doc, and I'm starting to wonder, it doesn't look like it visually for us, but does Doc also have wing damage? And we will find out, because the gap between Doc and RJW is down to 3 seconds, but with DRS it doesn't look like Doc's even using his as Doc got DRS failure. Does Doc have a DRS failure? We'll have a look now. No, it appears to be all good. Or does it? No, his DRS is... Oh no. I think Doc may have a DRS failure. So this is absolute luxury right now for Farrell. As Ryan and Dirt Tim still battling. Lars now in that DRS is going to be there to battle. Kieran and Carly continuing their scrap for P10, and we got Cloudy Cloud and Ghost Recon scrapping it out for 14th place. But back up towards as we got a nice little overtake there from Jasper on Ibo. I'm glad I caught the tail end of that. I think I know what happened there around the outside there from Jasper. But look at this, RJW, he's closed up rapidly. Doc, he doesn't visually appear to have wing damage, but it does look like he may have a DRS failure. And if he does, advantage now for RJW. We know Farrell's got wing damage. RJW now is all over the back of him, the championship leader on lap 14 of 16 of the feature race. He's not going to have DRS at this moment in time, but is he going to be... He's going to be close enough, I think, at the end of the next lap as Farrell. Yeah, it doesn't look like Doc has DRS. It looks like he may have a DRS failure. Yeah, surely he does. Well, Heated and Jordan about to enter a battle themselves for P4. course, if these guys battle too much and, you know, Heated and Jordan, they could potentially close up enough to maybe jump foul on penalties and get themselves up onto the podium. As we got Dirt Tim and Lars scrapping it out. Look like Lars maybe trying to go for a move. He's going to have a look down the inside, thinks better of it, and he's going to stick behind Dirt Tim for the time being. But back up towards this scrap. RJW now on the back of Doc and Foul Fury, who has that 3-second time penalty. We're going to stay on board with RJW. As it looks like RJ just does not have the best of runs out of that corner. And it looks like Doc has his DRS working now. Which is perfect timing for Doc, as RJW now on the back one. There's Lars down the inside of Dirt Tim. Gets himself up into 7th place. He will lose that on penalty unless Dirt Tim picks himself up a 3-second time penalty. But RJ or Doc. So it looks like RJ is trying to use the momentum of his car to go all the way around the outside. He'll have the inside for turn 3, as it looks like it's going to be close, as RJW just managed to pull this off. Doc's going to try it back down the inside, but he's not going to have the traction that RJW is going to have. And RJW now up into 2nd place and effectively the net race leader, as Doc trying to use the momentum to go around the outside. He'll at the inside for the next corner. Doc and RJ side by side, and it looks like yeah, RJ may have to back out of this one. In fact, he's not going to back out of it. He is going to put Doc under pressure here. Maybe get Doc out of the DRS range, and it looks like Doc is borderline. So we'll see if Doc actually has DRS on Foul Fury. If he doesn't, then RJ should surely be able to make this move. But no, Doc does have DRS, and what this has done, look at that, Heated and Jordan all starting to close up to these three now, I should say. And with that, Foul is losing his chance of a podium here. Oh, as Foul has a big snap there, and now Doc into the race lead. And that's probably not the place where he wants to be, but it is the place where he wants to be, because it is the final lap. I didn't even notice as Doc crosses the line to take the win. Heated will get 3rd place, RJW 2nd. I didn't even notice we was on the final lap. Unbelievable for me. Jordan will get 4th, Foul in 5th after his penalty. Ryan will get 6th, Dirt Tim 7th. 8th will go to Lars, who will start on pole in the sprint race. Cam K 9th, Kieran in 10th. XL Cali will cross the line in 11th, but is Alex going to jump in? Doesn't look like it. No, Alex will come on in 12th place. Ghost in 13th. Is he going to stay there? Yes, he is. Cloudy Cloud in 14th. Now we got Jav, Jasper and Ibo left to cross the line. In fact, that's a puncher there for Jav. The front left giving way for Jav as he crosses the line in 15th place. Jasper will come home in 16th, and Ibo in 17th. As what a race we were just treated to there. Jav saying he had a puncher for 3 laps. Go saying I missed a battle between him and Cloudy. Ghost, I caught some of your battle, but there was also battles going on at the front. I unfortunately, I've only got one pair of eyes. I can't watch two battles at once. I really wish I could have, but yeah, you kind of have to pick and choose when you're on your own on comms. But yeah, what a fantastic battle we saw at the end of that race between Doc, RJW, and Foul Fury. And that will bring an end to the featured races. Doc, who takes the win ahead of RJW in second, Heated in third, Jordan in fourth, Foul Fury with that penalty dropping down into fifth, Ryan B in sixth, Dirt Tim seventh, Lars in eighth, ninth for Cam K, Mum and Kieran rounding up the top 10. Then we have Carly, Alex, Ghost, Cloudy Cloud, Jav, Jasper, Ibo, and Frosty Calvin. The rest of our finishers, apart from Frosty Calvin, who unfortunately DNF'd. So now we wait to get the sprint race underway. The top 8 reversed in grid order, so it will be, I believe, Lars on pole for the sprint race, and we'll see how it goes. Right, so there is the grid. So we do have Lars on pole, Dirt Tim in second, Ryan B third, Foul in fourth, Jordan fifth, Heated sixth, RJW in seventh, Doc in eighth, and then the rest of the grid is how it was. And it looks like Calvin going for a very interesting strategy here, starting on the softs. I mean, we'll have to see how that goes for Calvin, but I'm not sure about starting on the soft tyres. I mean, we saw a Jav with a puncher after being on those tyres 8 laps. He said he had a puncher for 3 laps. So, around about lap 6, lap 7, I think they're going to give way on Calvin, unless he's planning on doing a one stop or counting on a potential SC to come out and save him. Only time will tell. We wait for everyone to finish their formation laps. Don't forget, guys, Division 1 is also underway right now. Of course, the commentators for Division 1 being James Head and Daka, 2 fantastic commentators. Make sure you swing by the Division 1 chat and, you know, just show some love to them. Show some love. As everyone now comes to the end of their formation lap here to get the sprint race underway. 12 more laps of Shanghai, and I think everyone will be glad to see the back of this track with the amount of understeer you get around here, but we'll see who will come out on top of the sprint race. And here we go. 3, 4, 5 red lights. Lights are out and we are underway for the sprint race, and it looks like a very good start there from Dirt Tim. Gets alongside Lars immediately into turn 1, side by side between Lars and Dirt Tim. The race lab and the Campos side by side, and it looks like the Campos of Lars there makes his way through and up into the race leaders. It looks like Jordan and Heated there side by side, and Heated there coming out on top as Doc under pressure from, oh my god, it was free wide momentarily then between Camk, RJW and Doc, and it is Doc who comes out on top. Camk up into 8th. RJW, he does this in the races. He does start slow, keeps himself calm in check as Calvin is up into 10th. What a start there from Frosty Calvin on those soft tyres, as Lars under pressure from Ryan B. As Ryan had a little bit of contact there. That must have been with Heated. The hand of anger goes up in the cockpit as Camk and Doc battling it out as well. Who's going to come out there? As it looks like it is free wide between Lars, Ryan B and Jordan. It didn't give me a very good angle, did the Codemasters spectator view there, so I hope to see that that overtake sent in to the overtakes of the week. As looks like, oh no, Ryan B, I think he was inspired by his overtake last week, tried squeezing it down the middle, but that's never going to work there, and instead of gaining positions, he makes a bit of contact with Lars and loses out to Jordan. As Calvin is right behind Doc right now, as Lars and Jordan are side by side. We can just see that up ahead. As, oh no, Kieran has retired from the session. Oh, Rusty Calvin there. A big snap of oversteer and he's into the wall. Yellow flags in sectors 1, 2 and 3. Calvin's retired from the race. Is that going to be a safety car as Jasper and Callie? Oh no, that was a Ghost. That was Ghost there making contact with Jasper. I thought it was Callie for 2 seconds, but no, it was Ghost Recon who was making contact there with Jasper. They were side by side banging wheels, and it looks like we're not going to have a safety car or a VSC, thankfully for that, but unfortunate for Kieran and for Calvin, who not finishing in the sprint race, and for Calvin as well, he didn't finish in the feature race. So Shanghai is a track that I think Calvin will be very much looking forward to forgetting, as Jordan looks to make the move on Lars. We'll go on board with Ryan B, as Jordan's going to try and hold it around the outside, but Lars goes deep, and oh, very close there. Very fine margins there between Lars, Ryan and Jordan. As it looks like Ryan may try down the inside of Lars as they go into turn 1. A bit of contact between them. That might open things up for Jordan to just sweep his way through, as Doc there, he's trying to take advantage as well. Oh, a bit of contact between Lars and Ryan. Lars is around. Bit of contact between him and I think it had to be, was it Jordan? It must have been Jordan. Contact between Lars and Jordan there, and Lars spins, goes all the way down into 15th place. He is back around, he is still going, as Ghost and Jasper having a bit of a battle down in 13th and 12th place respectively. And Ghost very disappointed that I missed his battle earlier with a Cloudy Cloud, but I mean there's action up and down this grid. You have to pick and choose your battles as Ghost gets a bit of a snap, and that might open things up for Kali, who does have that 3-second time penalty. But no, Ghost gets a lovely exit. He's going to be able to get Jasper. Oh, Jasper there moves over to mirror what Ghost was doing there, and Ghost unable to find a way through, but he's going to try and lunge it down the inside anyway. And side by side up ahead, Jav and Camkey, and Ghost really just forcing his way through on Jasper and Kali, and Jasper side by side as Ibo is around as well. Jasper maintaining P13 as Camkey and Jav now go side by side on the run down into turn 1, and it looks like Jav with that inside line should be able to hold this. And he's going to be able to have traction. No, Camkey has the better traction to get alongside. They both make a little bit of contact with each other, but I think Jav should be able to get this done. In fact, Camkey under pressure now from Ghost, who's really trying to take advantage of the little bit of screen time that he's getting here by trying to make these moves. But we'll have to come back to that battle at a later point, because right now it looks like he did maybe lining up an overtake for second place. And by the way, we did miss it, but Farrell managed to get himself up into the race lead as Ghost gets through on Camkey Mum. So as Camkey Mum actually gets back through, but here comes Heated DRS wide open, and it's going to be the easiest overtake of his life, and he'll get himself up into second place. Dirt Tim now down into third as Ryan, Jordan, Doc and RJW still scrapping it out as we go back down towards this battle. Jav, Ghost, Camkey, Kali and Jasper in a monstrous scrap here, and Lars, he's going to be here thinking, I shouldn't be here. I was much further ahead of this battling, but he is in this battle, and now with all this battling going on between these guys, Lars is going to have to pick his spots perfectly as Camkey tries it down the inside of Ghost. They'll now try and hold it around the outside, but that'll open things up for Jasper to possibly make a move. As Lars looks at the back of XL Kali, and Lars down the inside. Oh, he's going to outbrake himself and go straight into Jasper. Lars here outbraking himself, and just you can see what he was trying to do. He wanted to try and outbrake Kali, but he just breaks just a little bit too late and goes straight into Jasper. And that is from bad to worse there from Lars, and Kali gets a 5-second time penalty for ignoring yellow flags. I'm guessing because of the contact between Lars and Jasper, he brought out the yellows, and Kali overtaking both of them as well as Camkey. Well, that's unfortunate. I feel that may get sent into the stewards as Ghost now gets himself ahead of Jav. Jav tries it back down the inside. Is he going to be able to make the corner? No, Jav going very deep at the corner. And we'll now have XL Kali to contend with, as Kali is trapped right in underneath that rear wing. He's going to move to the outside for turn 1. And he'll cut back underneath him to have the inside for turn 2. And Jav is going to try and keep his nose in there, but he can't get it done. Kali up into 11th, but look at the traction that Jav gets. He's absolutely pushing Kali's car through the corner there. as he tries to find some space, tries to make the move down the inside. Khali should have traction on the outside to keep a hold of 11th, and Jav will lose out to XL Khali in their battle for 11th place. Meanwhile, back up towards the front, he did, after getting past Dirt Tim, has managed to drop him out of sight, and Dirt Tim now under pressure from the likes of Ryan B, Jordan, RJW, who's managed to get ahead of Doc as well. We missed that, so RJW now up in the 6th ahead of Doc, and Ryan B now closing in on Dirt Tim. The battle for 3rd is on. As it looks like Dirt Tim really just struggling on the traction right now, as Ryan did not want to commit to a lunge down the inside as Farrell and Heat had setting fastest laps, showing their pace on why they are pulling away, as Doc is actually now set the fastest lap. As Cloudy Cloud's trying to find his way through on Alex here for P8. Jav and Camk side by side through turns 3. Who's going to come out on top? I think it is going to be Camk will come out on top, but Jav will be able to come back at him. But oh, he's going to try and go swooping around the outside. It is Jav, the debutant, but he's not going to be able to make it work, as Jasper is also into the pits as well for a set of the soft tyres. And you have to feel for Jasper there. He just caught up in what was going on with Lars, as Ivo gets a 10-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. I believe Ivo was just getting himself off the track and out the way at the race leaders. Are we going to see any moves here? Ryan, he's not going to commit down the inside. No one committing to a move yet. I think RJW may be thinking that he needs to commit soon, because it looks like Jordan is starting to lose a bit of touch to the guys ahead. So RJ, is he going to try anything this time? As we go into turn 2 here. No, he's going to get himself tucked up right underneath that rear wing. In fact, hang on, he's going to try to have the momentum to go around the outside, but can't get it done. Meanwhile, Ryan B, as close as he's ever been to the back of Dirt Tim, still does not want to commit to a move. As in, like, Cloudy Cloud was trying to make a move on Alex, but it didn't work out for him, as Ivo was getting out of the way. As he picks up another 10-second time penalty. I just saw that on the mini-map. Ibo is trying to get himself disqualified, I think. We can't condone that kind of driving from you, Ibo. We really can't. So 20 seconds. It's just not. You just can't condone it. As here we go, RJW now. He is right on the back of Jordan, and he'll move to the inside, and up ahead we see Ryan B also doing the same on the inside of Dirt Tim. Will stay on board with RJW though, as it looks like Dirt Tim has managed to get the traction to come back at Ryan B there and get himself back up in the 3rd. RJW now up into 5th place, but with no DRS. Is he going to be straight back down into 6th? Time will tell. Doesn't look like Jordan has the legs to make the move into turn 1, so RJW will have an opportunity to try and close up to Ryan here to get that DRS advantage. As Cali, as RJW there, massive snap of wheel spin there on the exit of turn 4, and he loses out to Jordan and Doc, and he'll drop all the way down into 7th place. He goes from being just outside the DRS from Ryan to over 1.7 seconds behind Doc. And that has spread the gaps out just a little bit extra now, as Ryan will have free rein to attack Durden without being attacked himself, and Doc, knowing that RJ won't have DRS on him, can try and get the move done on Jordan. So let's have a look here, as Ryan now should be the easiest of overtakes here for Ryan B. We got a nice shot of the rear wing behind to see if any moves going on, as Doc looks to the inside of Jordan. And is Doc going to be able to get it done? Yes, he does. Doc up into 5th place. Ryan B up into 3rd. Durden and Jordan losing out there. And RJW now trying with absolutely everything he can to try and get himself back into this battle. And Cloudy Cloud just sitting on the back of Alex now, as the gaps outside the top 10 have really started to spread. So it's all about the battle for 3rd, the battle for 5th, and the battle for 8th, as Durden, as he gets on the traction, and just the tyres saying no thank you, no traction today, as Doc now right underneath the rear wing of Tim, and RJW now back into this train. So RJW definitely showing that he has the pace to maybe start making some moves and try and get himself through on these guys, but that mistake from RJW cost him a lot of time, and I think may have cost him a podium here. As Durden really he does not feel comfortable out there right now, and he is about to lose 4th place to Doc, who is down the inside. Can Durden come back? No, he can't. So Doc now up into 4th place, trying to close down Ryan, but he'll be under pressure because Durden will have DRS to try and come back at him here on the run into turn 1. Doc covers the inside. Durden is just going to patiently try to line up a move that we've seen many times here. The little switchback through turns 1 and 2, but unable to get it done. We're on lap 11 of 12. Farrell has been doing a fantastic job since getting himself up into the race lead. Heated has been chasing him down, and he's not too far out of DRS, so if he can find just an extra 2.5 attempts, maybe within a shout on the final lap. But for right now, the battle between Ryan, Doc, Durden, Jordan and RJW has been one to keep our eyes on. Lars, unfortunately, we saw earlier, unfortunately spinning around after contact with Jordan in the early stages, then outbreaking himself, going straight into the side of Jasper when he was trying to make his way back through the field. And we'll see now as RJW gets a fantastic run here, but he's not going to be close enough to Jordan, I wouldn't think, to make this move. But Jordan might maybe have a look at Durden. So if RJW plays his cards right, he may be able to get 2 for 1 here. Dirt Tim gets once again a bit squirrely on the exit, as does RJW. And these two side by side in the final corner. Dirt Tim holds on to P5. Yep, Dirt Tim he's definitely struggled here at this race, as Jordan just can't find his way through, and it looks like Ibo maybe around again as Jordan, oh, he's down the inside, he's got his nose there. RJW, he's just gonna place his car. Is he gonna be able to get the traction down this time? Oh, he gets absolutely cut off there by Jordan. Jordan now, is he gonna try anything? No, he's gonna stick behind. Here's the final lap, so Jordan thinks DRS will be enough to get this done, so he's just going to stick behind Dirt Tim as we are on the final lap of the race. Farrell, Heated have been doing a fantastic job out in front. Ryan B, after overtaking Dirt Tim, has managed to pull a bit of a gap. Doc, after overtaking Dirt Tim, has got himself into a nice P4 as it is, and Jordan and RJW really hindered, shall I say, of the lack of pace that Dirt Tim has had compared to them. Is Jordan going to try it? He is going to try it. He's gone for the late lunge down the inside, but he's not going to have the traction, and RJW is going to have the traction to get that position as Foul Fury crosses the line in first, Heated in second, Ryan B in third, Doc in fourth, and then it's going to be Dirt Tim in fifth, RJW sixth, and Jordan in seventh, as Cloudy Cloud looks like he's made the move on Alex to get P8, as Jasper has retired from the session, as Ghost gets promoted up into 10th due to the penalty, and Jasper has retired. Jav will come home in 13th. Camke gets promoted up into 11th. Kali demoted down into 12th due to the penalty. So we'll have Lars cross the line in 14th place, and Ibo down in 16th place, as Jasper is a lap ahead. But DNFing on the final lap there is Jasper. So that's a big result there for Heated and Farrell. Farrell especially making amends after the first race where he picked up that 3-second time penalty and losing out of an opportunity of the race win. Of course, he made a mistake on the final lap, but he had an opportunity, as Jav in the chat saying these cars are heavy. Yeah, this isn't the best track for the F2 cars, but it is a fun track. As Foul Fury there on the top step of the podium. He wins the sprint race here at Shanghai, and with that brings an end to round 3 of the Formula 2 Championship. And next week we will be at the is it the Marina Bay? I believe it is the Marina Bay circuit, Singapore. Yep, it is the Marina Bay Street Circuit in Singapore. That is where we will be next week. Of course, not only will Division 2 be there, but of course Division 1 as well. So make sure to tune in to both streams, and don't forget, with a lot more racing action to come in this week. Seto Corsa F1 on both PlayStation and PC. So we got that exciting racing coming at the latter stages of the week. But until then, guys, I have been Ivor, Bryn, Mike, and we'll catch you next week for round number 4 at Singapore. Good night.